morning, welcome to CATEX TV. My name is Frank Fortunato. Today is Monday, October 19th, 2015. If you want to follow us on Twitter, please go to CATEX TV. XL Catlin is going to absorb about $100 million in losses from the Tianjin port explosion. 70% of those losses are going to come from its reinsurance division, and about $30 million are going to come from the primary insurance business. Among other primary carriers, Zurich reported a $275 million loss from the Tianjin explosion. Carpenter is still saying that losses from the explosion could reach as high as $3.25 billion. They also say that it could increase considerably if contamination of nearby vehicles and cargo are discovered. JLT is saying that some sources in the market are speculating that the final bill could be as high as $6 billion. Meanwhile, most of the industry is gathered this week in Baden-Baden in Germany at a key meeting yesterday. Guy Carpenter said that in fact there's an expectation now that declines in reinsurance premium could reach as much as 10% or more in the 1/1 renewals. This was an eye-opener because many people had been expecting a decline of 5 to 7.5%. Carpenter says that steeper declines are in fact possible. Nick Franklin, the CEO of EMEA at Carpenter, said that capacity remains bountiful and buyers will continue to enjoy choice. This will weigh on the discussions that take place here during the coming week when the prices are being negotiated. And we expect some interesting maneuvers as reinsurers seek to hold or grow their share of signings. Lloyd's CEO Inga Beale has warned that UK government plans to crack down on insurance companies who delay payments to business clients could cripple the insurance market if the new requirements are introduced next year. A clause in the enterprise bill will oblige insurers to make prompt payment of insurance claims unless there is a sufficient reason for the delay. Insurers would be penalized for late payment, and policyholders will have a right to enforce prompt payment. Beale wrote a letter to the Treasury Department arguing that the proposed rule should exclude insurance for larger risks, defined as companies with a balance sheet of at least £4.4 million and turnover of £9 million. Lloyd's warned that the new rule could open the door to speculative and vexatious claims against insurers for losses that were never covered in the first place. Very good point. In the Philippines, which has been hit by yet another typhoon, Typhoon Koppu, K-O-P-P-U, Army, police, and volunteers are rushing to rescue hundreds of villagers trapped in their flooded homes in the northern province of Aurora. At least 11 people are known dead now. Some 65,000 villagers have been forced from their home. 9 provinces are without electricity. The storm has now weakened to a tropical storm, has winds of about 65 miles per hour, and it's up over the Locos Norte province right now and is meandering toward Luzon, but as of right now the worst seems to be over. In the Black Sea on Saturday, just off of Odessa, an overloaded pleasure boat that had been designed to accept 14 people was loaded with 36 people. There were no life preservers on board. The ship capsized. 14 people drowned. The captain has been arrested. About 28,000 customers are still without electricity after a transmission tower and high voltage power lines came down yesterday morning in the Monterey Peninsula of California. Pacific Gas and Electric said that initially about 56,000 people had lost power. They're optimistic that everybody should be back up by midnight tonight. The outages affected customers in Carmel and Monterey. There was a 5.2 earthquake that struck Taiwan this morning. Tremors could be felt in buildings in the capital of Taipei. The quake was centered in the ocean off the eastern coast of the island, but there have been no reports of any significant damages. Meanwhile, in parts of central New York and the Syracuse area, people woke up this morning to about 9 or 10 inches of snow in some places. The temperature in Saranac Lake in the Adirondacks was down to 10 degrees Fahrenheit. There were numerous car accidents, 50 of them in Syracuse alone. There was a pre-dawn crash on Interstate 81 involving 11 cars shutting down the Northway for a number of hours. So there can be certainly expected to be a number of claims coming in from this event. That's the news for today. If we have any breaking news, we'll come back and tell you. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.